We went on your website and realized there's a policy proposal that says your plan, and I'm going to quote it for folks, is to shift the tax burden from overtaxed homeowners in the outer boroughs to more expensive homes in richer and whiter neighborhoods. Explain why you are bringing race into your tax proposal.
That is just a description of what we see right now. It's not driven by race. It's more of an assessment of what neighborhoods are being undertaxed versus overtaxed.
You're saying we're simply describing the types of neighborhoods that would see these increase in taxes, and yet by invoking race, do you run the risk of potentially alienating key constituents?
I think I'm just naming things as they are.
Jason, he says he's just naming things as they are, but this does sound a lot like he's racially profiling these communities and saying we're going to tax people based on the color of their skin.
No, I don't think that's what he's saying. I think it's clear that the wealthier neighborhoods in New York City, I'm sure we've all been in them, and you know, there aren't very many people that look like me unless they're just passing through. The people who live there are largely white, and then you go to the neighborhood where I was born in Harlem, in East Harlem, and people are black and brown. So I think he's saying that they have for a long time, and this is actually documented, carried a lot of the property tax burden and not gotten the resources in return. And so he's saying we are going to balance that out. Now, if I were crafting things for him, would I have put the whiter part in there? I would not. I would have left that out and just said richer neighborhoods. But when we look at the way New York City is and the way, you know, the neighborhoods that people live in, it really is racially segregated like many of our cities in this country.
Well, New York City is home to 123 billionaires, more billionaires than any city in the world. Mamdani, however, doesn't believe they deserve their wealth.
Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality. And ultimately, what we need more of is equality across our city and across our state and across our country. And I look forward to work with everyone, including billionaires, to make a city that is fairer for all of them.
Reagan, does this mean that billionaires are going to be mass exiting New York City?
His laugh makes me a little nervous there. You know, I'm not surprised at all that he won the primary. I don't think he was going against anyone really impressive at all, and I think that's part of the reason why he was elected. Not to mention, I think it's New York City. You know, it's a very blue, deep blue city. But I think the big question that everyone needs to be thinking about is, will Democrats embrace this guy? He went, you know, almost every aspect of the country shifted to the right. If Democrats are smart, I think they, you know, pull back on being so far leftist and they stay away from this guy. But we'll see. We'll see what they embrace.
Can I just say that this guy is the living, breathing embodiment of Marxism in America today? The Marxist construct is race, class, and gender. And we just covered race. We're going to tax the white people, and they're going to pay for everything, and you won't have to, so vote for me, which couldn't be more racist. Class, billionaires shouldn't exist. Race, class, and gender. He is for paying tens and tens of millions of dollars for everybody's taxpayer-funded, not free, but taxpayer-funded, transgenderism and transgender surgery. He also wants to legalize prostitution and heroin consumption. And by the time he's done with it, if he had his way, New York would, Calcutta
Well, given that
would be
platform,
the envy.
James, does he have a shot?
I don't think so. Well, he's probably going to win, but I would say this is a great opportunity for New Yorkers to start looking at real estate in other states like Florida.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.